take a couple of deep breaths and just remind myself that, like, I'm blessed. I have a house. I have people that love me. I have a beautiful little daughter. I have a great relationship with my wife. Like, what's 5 minutes of stress gonna do that negates all of that good work I've done in the past 10 years to build? Welcome back to Multifamily Monday, everybody. Today's episode 2. Last week we talked about mindset, and we're going to dig more into that, and we're going to kind of figure out how we can really tap into this growth mindset and expand your portfolio and your personal success. So first off, I just want to say growth mindset is everything. You have to continuously be doing better. You have to be a student of the game. And there's nobody that's a student of the game better than anybody I know than Mike Oakes, my partner, my best friend, and my business partner. Mike, how you doing?
Great. Good to be here as always with you, my friend. Can't wait to talk about this mindset stuff today with all you folks at home. So strap in. Let's get started, baby.
Yeah, Mike and I have a really good friend, a really good entrepreneur, somebody who understands this really well. And his name's Jamil Dempsey. And if you don't know him, go check out his YouTube. He's awesome. He teaches all about real estate, all about mindset. But what I love about his mindset, what he talks about, is that you have to continuously be a student of the game. You have to continuously evolve, right? You might be really good at something, but if you don't keep up on it, you're gonna lack in it. It's gonna fall to the wayside. It's gonna fall through the cracks, and you have to have this growth mindset or this abundance mindset, right? And you have to always teach yourself that, like, stuff's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna make it happen. We're gonna do good things, and you can't have a scarcity mindset. You can't go in there and say, oh, everything's gonna go wrong. I don't have this, I don't have that. You have to focus on the good things.
Absolutely, man. That's 100% right. And you said it yourself. Jamil is easily one of the best people in the industry at mindset and just being able to, improve every day, get 1% better, like we always say. But even at the Arizona immersion we were at, Jamil was just so inspirational. He gave us, I think, like 30 plus things to just even think about. There's so much I can't even remember all of them. But Paul, I know you go to this on Sundays with his mindset live on YouTube. It's really great. If you guys haven't been there, I'd recommend checking it out. But basically for me, what a growth mindset means is you look at things in a positive way. Like, you're not looking at things at like don'ts and nots and I can't do this, because the universe will turn around and tell you, oh, you don't want that stuff? Guess what, baby? I got tons of it and it's coming your way. You got to put out the vibes that you have all these great things. You may not have them yet, but you're walking into them. They're coming to you. You have to attract these things because life happens from you and not to you. And that's one thing I've kind of embodied since we've been on this mindset journey. For example, in college, I would freak out a lot because you'd see all these people who are a couple years older than you, or they're seniors, or you're like a junior or sophomore, and they have these internships and jobs lined up and everything else. And I'm changing my major for the 4th time, wondering, this is the one, maybe, let's go. But yeah, it really does change, like, when you start looking at things in a positive way, which I know you do, Paul. So yeah, it's really eye-opening whenever you start attracting things into your life.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And mindset is kind of one of those things that in the military, everybody's super negative. Everybody's always complaining. And so I found myself falling into that same trap, that same pitfall of like, this sucks. Why do I have to be here? Why do we have to do this? When in all actuality, it was just teaching me something, right? And at the time, I couldn't see it, but the perspective on the back end was like, hey, like, you had to go through this so that you know that you don't have a future in it. Like if you stay here, you keep doing the same thing, you're going to be miserable, right? Because you're not evolving, you're not getting better, and as a result, your life doesn't get better. So you kind of stay in the same place. And yeah, I mean that goes into anything. That's your job, that's your finances, that's your relationship that you have with people. If you're always complaining about what somebody's saying and talking behind their back negatively, nobody's going to want to be around you, right? And that's, I feel like in real estate, relationships is everything. So if you don't have good relationships, people don't want to be around you. They're definitely not going to want to make money with you. So you have to really put your head on straight. You have to just have an abundance mindset that everything's going to work out, and when it doesn't, it's for a reason, right? It happened for a reason, and that's something that I had to learn. Mike and I had to learn together. It doesn't happen overnight, and when it does happen, it's for a reason, and a lot of times it's not for the reason you thought it was going to be.
So true. So true. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It's just crazy. Like we've mentioned this before, a book called The Secret. It changed our lives. It's really something that if you haven't read the book, read the book. If you don't like reading, guess what? You can't escape this one, because there's a YouTube free movie on there. It looks like one of those videos that your substitute teacher would roll in on one of those TV carts, but it's a great watch. It really changes the way your subconscious will work, and just like your normal daily thoughts. Like for me, every day, I've said this before, I have these circles up here. It's my daily habit tracker on my board. That's like my Bible. My board is. So I journal every day. I try to manifest and meditate every morning. And then I'll try to work out and read at some point. But you see these arms. The only gym I know is my father. So it's it's a tough world out here for the skinny guys. I'm just kidding. But that right there, exactly. That is a scarcity mindset. What I just said. That's how I used to think all the time, and I still catch myself doing it. So it's something that you really have to strive to work towards, and not just talk about it, but you got to be about it, baby. So yeah, it really shifted a lot of things in my subconscious, and it's really eye-opening to me.
100%. And it's not just your business, it's your personal growth. It's the things you do day in and day out, right? Like at the end of the day, if you're just sitting on the couch or watching TV and you haven't worked all day, you haven't done anything, your life's going to stay the same, right? But if you're reading, you're improving your skills, you're surrounding yourself with goal-oriented people, you're going to set higher goals and you're going to achieve them. And I think shifting your mindset is something that's going to impact you both professionally and personally. And I feel like you're going to feel a lot more fulfillment, right? Like I feel like sometimes when you're not getting traction, the wheels are just kind of spinning. You're like, what's going on here? Why are things not happening? And it's because you get compensated in life based on how much you work and how much you try to, evolve yourself. And so if you're always evolving yourself, then your situation always evolve yourself. And the same is true in real estate. So, yep, yeah.
I love it, man. Yeah, it's really great. But folks, if you want to try to apply this to your actual life, you can do it today. Like you don't have to wait for this. You have to just think. It's all happens here. The 8 inches between your ears is the only thing that has to change. What happens inside your head. So instead of going around thinking like you're stuck in traffic, right? Oh, these drivers are the worst. Why can't anybody drive? Just be happy that you're in a car, that you have a car, that you are able to drive around and have the things that you have. You have the ability to go get food, go hang out with friends. Like things are a lot better than you think they are, just because, this Sally in front of you, or Frank, or whatever you want to call him, some old person or somebody who might be driving slow. No, we're going to cut out the old people part. One. All right. So if if you're driving behind somebody, that isn't up to the speed that you're trying to go to, it's okay. Maybe the universe is telling you there might be a car accident if you were going faster, or you might have got a ticket or something. Who knows what you just avoided by that slow driver being in front of you. So sometimes things that seem like a curse are truly a blessing. So I would love to see you guys go out in your personal life, use this stuff in your own world. It doesn't have to be in work. It could be on your family, go try these out with them, or a friend, but try to do the little things inside your head that will help you, one, relieve stress, and two, make your life exactly how you want it to be. Because you don't become wealthy just by making money. You have to be wealthy in relationships, like Paul said, wealthy with your habits, wealthy with everything that's in your personal life before you can even start seeing money. Like that's what comes at the very, very end. So people are always wanting the fast, quick money, but guess what, folks? It doesn't really happen in this world. I don't care what you see on social media. It just doesn't happen like that. It takes a lot of hard
It
work.
doesn't.
They don't show you how it happens.
It doesn't, dude. And it especially doesn't when you don't step out of your comfort zone. So I have something that I want everybody who's watching this video to do. I want you to go read The Secret. Go watch it on YouTube. However you want to consume the content, just consume it. It literally changed our lives. It changed our business. It changed our mindset. And it really changed our personal relationships too. I think everything in my life has gotten better since I read that book. And Mike, I just want to thank you for the recommendation. You're the reason I read it. So I appreciate you, doing that. And I think it's done wonders for us since then.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to my roommate, Dylan Sweat. Appreciate you, dog, for you just told me about it one day randomly. And I was like, I'll watch this. I watched the video myself, and I was skeptical at first, obviously, like is just watching a video about people saying you got to think differently. Like, what's that going to do for me? But then I tried it. Like, in that first day, like, things just started happening. I got phone calls with deals, and people were just like throwing opportunity at you. So it's an amazing experience. And I really, really, really want people to try this out, because it is scary how quick it happens. Like, I know I just said that, but I want to reiterate how good it really can be. Paul, what was like the big, I know this is kind of a weird question, but what was like your turning point whenever it kind of clicked for you? Like, what was that experience like? Just that way we're not just talking about it. This is like a real life example,
Yeah, I would say something outside of real estate is my relationship with my wife. Like, she is the most important person to me before my daughter came. Unfortunately, she falls number 2, but she's okay with that. But I just feel like our relationship evolved, right? Like, I would get so frustrated in whatever was going on in my life that wasn't happening right now. I wasn't getting instant gratification. I would take it out on her. And that's not right. You can't do that to somebody who's supporting you, somebody who loves you, right? And so now anytime I'm frustrated, I try to, before I even go talk to my wife, I try to just take a couple of deep breaths and just remind myself that, like, I'm blessed. I have a house. I have people that love me. I have a beautiful little daughter. I have a great relationship with my wife. Like, what's 5 minutes of stress gonna do that negates all of that good work I've done in the past 10 years to build my family? Like, you have to just really have perspective. You have to gain the knowledge that, like, things are okay just because they're not happening for you right now, or maybe you don't have that big job, or that deal fell through, or you got fired at your W-2 and now you're scrambling to make ends meet. Tell yourself it's going to be okay. Get in that good mindset. Have an abundance mindset, and good things will come to you in droves. I believe it.
Absolutely, man. Like, one last thing for you folks. Paul and I, the reason why we know so much about this is because guess what? We were just like you. Back in high school, we used to sit around our houses and talk about how we wanted all these things, and like then we'd complain about how we can't do anything right, or we couldn't get all this stuff done. So it's not like we're just telling you to just go do this. We've actually, we've done it ourselves. We came from where you were, and we know what it's like to come out on the other side, and really see the world for like how beautiful it truly is. You just go outside for like 1 second a day and just go look around your backyard or on your porch or something. Like, look at what you're around, like Paul, your background's gorgeous right now, brother. You're having a great time up there in Michigan with the fam. Unfortunately, not for great reasons, but still, you got a nice little scenery there. But folks, go try this, go do it. And as always, if you want to hear anything that we have, or if you have anything you want us to talk about, comment down below, subscribe, let us know what you want to see. And Paul, anything you'd like to say before we get out of here, my friend?
Yeah, your paycheck levels up when you level up as a person. I'll see you on the other side.
Have a great day, folks. We'll see you next week.